All right, race fans, here we go tonight. Got this boys here at the Full Throttle Sim Racing here. The Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Talladega. Man, a track that anything can happen. Plate racing. What more you got to say is, we're going to sit here to grid it up. Corey, one of these lottery style races.
Yeah, and I like gambling. Don't go get a gambling addiction, Joe. It's not worth it. But yeah, should be a good one. I mean, 75 laps. They are gonna shove 23 trucks out here. All 23 of them are in the server.
And should be a outstanding race. We're going to talk about really, patience is what you need. Usually we always say it's not if, it's when the big one would happen. Can they go flag to flag? Sure. But gotta have some major patience to be able to get that done. We'll have to see is like Lewis Maglin, man, out front. And, qualifying here, I always say it's more just a bragging right than anything, because it's not like so much of an advantage like what it would be in some of the other type races.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I kind of like this kind of racing, but like you said with the qualifying, it don't really matter other than like pit stall down pit road.
Yeah, and you need help for that too.
Yeah.
They brought out the old school pace car in a while.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't even remember if I use that in my own league or not. I use a sedan, whatever the sedan is.
That's the Mustang one, remember?
Yeah, I'm well aware.
All right. Go on the road here. Should be good. Maglin out front. Kenny right there behind him. Hannon starting third. Always like checking out some of these great paint jobs, but 75 laps on the books here. And you got to be there to the end to win it.
Well, you're also going to race for stage points too at lap 20, end of lap 20.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a thing you got to think about. Did they score the standard top 10 for that? Or do we know that information?
I had to go on the website and check it out. I really haven't looked too much into the points yet, to be honest with you.
Let me see if I can find that. They do top 10. All right, we got that.
We got a lot of information, man. Go out there to Full Throttle, simracing.net. Definitely check it out. They got a lot of information out there to lead. Look for the Sim Racing series. They have a charter system. I'm not quite. Some sort of currency thing. I guess it's like an in-game currency or something. That I'm not sure. Going to how the league currency system. I haven't really. It's interesting how they do it. Like a damage cut. So, I, in a nutshell, I like what they're doing. They're kind of running this thing as like a real life.
Green flag, green flag.
Trying to figure out if I can't find the
Flag.
yeah.
Racing Talladega here tonight. Bobby Terrell right now, he has the E-Series standing points right now. And team standing is BTR Racing. That's kind of what the points look like for the moment. That definitely could change after tonight. Who knows? While these guys are stacked up side by side. And they will be here for a little while. This is just a typical plate track racing.
So they're in the round of 12 right now.
Yep.
Still
Chappie
trying to
don't
figure
crash.
out this.
Chappie. Who's Chappie? Gaming out there says you got top 10. Who's Chappie? Gotta give me
Who
more
is
info than
Chappie?
that. Gotta give me more info than that there, Eggnog.
Well, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together. I'm gonna put a guess on Ryan Chapman, but
Probably, yeah.
if
He's
it ain't
right now
him,
fifth.
then I don't know.
I'll go
yeah.
with you. I'll go with you on that one. Pushing and shoving up front right now. I'd say it's way early for a lot of that. You see some guys been holding back a little bit. Always call it like textbook style drafting early on. You know, about a hood, half a hood car length off each other. See Chapman, he's hanging on the 5th. My man out there, I like looking at. He got a cool truck. Pepto Joe Flanagan, he's there in the 9th place spot. Got a lot of good looking trucks out here though. I tell you, these guys, man, a lot of time in their paint jobs.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're all running pretty good looking paints out here on the track, and I don't see one that really isn't of bad quality. I mean, nothing's ever bad quality, but like there is nothing there. Yeah, all of them look good.
Absolutely, get that high line moving so far. Milliken up there on the top side and Megalyn down on the low side. So you got a slew of trucks, man. I mean, it's pretty much dead, even top and low.
So I think they end they're on round of 12 for playoffs. I think they'll end it after next week at Las Vegas. And so far, Wayne Grassy, who I assume won last week, right?
Yeah.
That'd be correct because he's advanced.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm a genius singing on.
Yeah. Brody Hannon, man, right now trying to see if he can't push the guy up there to the lead. To the field here because everybody's just still stacked up. One thing that might split this big pack up, obviously some green flag pit stops. Jamie Knopf back there, Bobby Terrell. Holton, he's back there with them too. But green flag pit stops can split the field up. We've seen that many a times. Depending on, it all depends on the guys have different pit strategies. Guys here, they probably go 30 laps.
I think fuel mileage for a truck is like 32 to 36, something in that range. So, like, at least for the first 20 laps to the stage, you won't see a pit stop at all, and then you're gonna at least have
You're gonna pit
one.
on the stage. You're gonna pit that.
Well,
stage.
you're gonna pit after the stage yellow, but after that, only one stop to make it to the end is all you're gonna need.
Well, if you pit, let's say at the stage at 20, then you only need to pit one more time.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said. Well, the way you said it is you pit at the stage and then pit right after it, then you pit one more.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I confused. Of course.
Yeah. But you never know. I mean, cautions could come out. Hey, that could always mix up the field a little bit. They're looking right now out front in this one, Meglin. Nobody really has a decisive advantage. That high side really just not doing much. You see the two machines now kind of break away. You don't want to do that. At 18 there, Chapman, he had an open shot. A little early man to go. I said Chapman, 18 on the side, but I think he must have custom numbers.
Chapman's in a 10
Yeah,
car.
McKinney. My bad. McKinney in the 8. DoorDash machine. He actually. DoorDash on the back.
That's it. Oh, it doesn't? Oh, it does.
Yeah. DoorDash on the back,
looking
Red Bull
outside.
on the side. Hopefully you don't need wings tonight.
Well, they do have the blowover system, so we could see a truck go flying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Still locked up, man, tight.
Yeah, dead even field, both top and bottom. That's really all that this racing needs is even field on both ends of the track, and really can't make a progression on either lane.
No, you can't. I mean, but I've always said this too. You really don't need to pass the guy. You just got to get your nose out front. You see, like there as they coming to the line, you see Hannon. I mean, he was able to lead that lap. That's all you got to do, man. On the last lap, just get right in front of him a little bit. Don't have to necessarily pass down. Hannon's committed to that high side. You know, he's got plenty of room. He can drop down. We see a lot of people do that. But he's committed to that top side lane. I like the top lane a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it really
stable.
I mean, it really also depends on how well your line is working together. If you're all over the place in your line, then that line ain't gonna work. And you see, he now decides to get to the bottom.
Yeah, he was listening to us. He said,
Well, I mean, like, it's half the one, half the other at this point. Both lanes kind of look to be doing about the same amount of effort to keep it straight. You see him wiggling.
Whatever, it's what you feel comfortable with. I always feel
that's
comfortable
whichever one you like. I prefer whichever one has the straightest trucks. If you can see him in your mirror wiggling in your lane, I don't like that lane.
I have
that
a
lane
different
ain't gonna be the
perspective
quickest.
on why I like the top. Because of this view right here, we're riding on board with Burns. I can see that turn coming, and I can see that apron. As opposed to, like with Meglin, if he's tucked up on that back bumper, all I see is that big wing going into that turn. I might flip that inside apron. Done that. But that's kind of why I don't prefer the inside too much. Especially late game. I mean, early on's not bad because you're holding back a little bit, but when you get up there, start bumping and shoving, and you can't see anything but that big rear end, that big wing.
I mean, I prefer the bottom side, even with the visibility problems, just because, like, when you're on the outside lane, it feels like the truck loosens up a good bit, and it leads to the potential of cracking out on the rear end and looping it down to the inside. As you see front two on the high side go low, and Kyle about hit the apron. Wow.
Got it down there a little bit, docking around. Still got the high side up top. Blew up in there. We got a bunch of them down low. Is it going to complete this lap here this time by? Lap number 11. Still on lap 11. They're looking still out front in this one. He's powering the low side here. He's got a pretty good set of trucks there. Got Burns, Kenny. Now, did you prefer being in the back, kind of hanging out in the back? Because that's another strategy these guys, some guys do.
Well, my mindset used to be, if I ride at the back, I'll be there at the end, but at the end, it's still a junk fest, so if I get junked early on, I get to call my night and end early, and I don't have to suffer. I'd rather not suffer at the
This
end.
right here, man, is a good way, man. I almost junked some trucks. They're already 3 wide. I'm not quite sure. Don't know if they were trying to drop back to the back, or they're just testing the waters of 3 wide up there. No way early for them to be doing it. Got 3 sets of lanes at 36 machine right there of Nestor leading it. Exciting for us to watch, but I know, man, it's nerve-wracking as a driver.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was by design or not. Clearly, though, it's working for him a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of working right now, but it's just dangerous to run 3 wide. Luckily, around Dega versus Daytona, this track is a little bit wider. You can get away with this 3 wide action.
Oh, yeah. Go about 4 wide here. Wouldn't advise it, but you could go 4 wide. It's wide enough to do it. Seen it in real style racing. Right now, though, you see that top lane, and they are 3x3x3 out front. Hannon, he says, man, I'm going to get down here low just in case something goes wild back there in the back. Not quite sure. They would have to tuck up really hard to get that 3rd lane, I think, to come to the front. Holding his own up there, though.
Well, looks like we had somebody bail out of the pack there. It was Brandon Zimmerman. He's like, I'm going to fall back and avoid a wreck if one occurs.
Yeah. So right now, got about 3 or 4 trucks up there on that top lane. We got a big slew of them right there on the high side. A lot of them on the low side. They're going to need a lot of help. They want to push that 3rd lane up there. It was coming, so something to think about later on in the race. Meanwhile, Meglin's still holding strong. Looks like he's one of those. I'm going to say, hey, look, I want to stay up front. But then you've got, on the flip side, you talk about Zimmerman. He falls all the way back here to the back here, 22nd. Like, you know what? I'm going to stay back here for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, with a stage yellow coming here in like 6 laps, I mean, you got to have top 10 at the end of the yellow. It's a split decision of if you're in contention for it, you go for it. If you're not in contention for it, you probably don't want to go for it.
Absolutely. So far, so good. Everybody, man, is running. Got the high side, man, looking strong. The low side, man, right there, trucking along. Everybody, I mean, for it to be side by side like it has from the beginning, everybody's being patient.
Yeah, patience is paying off for this whole field so far. Nobody's really done anything too dramatic or drastic here. Yeah, I say that, and they kind of apron it right there.
Wow, a little bit.
Yeah, let them hit the apron a little bit here, Joe, and watch everything go haywire.
Yeah, boom, boom. And, you know, that can happen. I mean, you see it. That's what we was talking about a little bit earlier. They just clip that apron ever so slightly. Upsets the truck just a little bit. You can bounce up there, the guy be beside of you. Next thing you know, boom, you just don't know what happened.
Yeah, one wrong push in the entry of a corner or mid-corner, which a lot of these drivers are being pretty disciplined on not bumping on corner entry or middle of the corner right now at the early stages of the race. And nobody's really hit the apron too hard when they slide down from the top side.
Absolutely. Still locked up like glue, door to door and side by side. Out front, you got Meglin, Hannon, Chapman, Milliken, McKinney. Top 5 for the moment. That'll switch around a lot. You'll see it out there as we go. Get everybody tuning in. Let me hear who your favorite driver is, who you pulling for, where you from. Hope everybody's safe, too. Got to give a shout out to all the people out there may be affected by the hurricane. I was a little further in North Carolina. Yeah, we got some wind, some thunderstorms, but nothing too drastic. More, they got hit more in the mountain area. I'm about 2 hours from, 5 hours from the coast, so yeah, closer to the mountainside, but didn't really get hit all. But got to give my thoughts, prayers out there to all the people, man, from there down to Georgia, Florida, and everywhere else. They got hit pretty hard, and hang on to your hats, folks. So they say there's another one coming. So man, got to give it thoughts out there. Sit back and enjoy some good racing tonight, though, man. Take your mind off of it.
Yeah, we got hit with some rain too up here in Ohio.
Dang. Yeah, they said there's another one in track, same way. So hopefully, man, it'll fizzle out and won't be nothing to it. What I say. So good to see everybody out here running right now. Brody Hannon, he's one of the main men here at the league. Looking to see if he can put this thing in victory lane tonight. I mean, this racetrack, Talladega, Daytona here, Corey, brings first-time winners more than anything, even in real life. So I've seen winners from front, middle, back, 2 laps down on pit road. I've seen it all. It's just one of these wild card races. You see, boy, chasing up the track.
All right. I mean, we are getting close to the stage end, so they're trying to go for those bonus points. I mean, anybody up front here, other than Lewis Megalon,
who has fallen back.
Yeah, Megalon needs to gain some points here, and this ain't helping out that cause.
Comes that three up top again. Megalon says, you know why? Well, you was talking about him. He's got that high side. He says, I'm coming.
Well, if he's going to do something, he's got to do it now.
Well, then they get up there and block him. Well, a little early to be blocking, but who knows?
I mean, it's for 10 points in the stage, so if you're in that playoff area.
He's pushing. Needs a little help from that 16, though. I say Melican. It's Milliken and Melican. I'm trying to get the E in the I.
So I think,
yeah, so Milken and Melkin.
Well, Milliken needs to have a good showing here too, as well. Yeah. He's down in last in the playoff.
I mean, Megalon right now has got that high side pushing. He might just run out of time, but he's showing that top lane. That's what not. He didn't need that right there, though.
So we should be throwing the caution at the line here. So this is all for nothing. Look at it. Oh boy, getting dicey. Who's going to get the stage win?
Hannon's still out front, decisive right now. The top side's going to fizzle just a little bit because there's just not a lot of help there. Oh, but Milliken, man, takes over the lead. Who's going to get it coming to the line?
Last
door to door.
Few
and
Hannah got it. Hannah.
Wow, what a race to the first stage here, folks. That was a good one. Liked it.
Well, it's only stage.
Yeah,
the stage. Yeah. Well, you said one as if we had 2.
Yeah. Kicker.
The stage. You said stage 1 as if we have 2 of them. We only have.
You never know. Might throw a monkey in our wrench here.
We have the stage. It's called the stage.
Yeah. Could throw a wrench in our. All right, well, Brody Hannon pulls it off here. So with that, step away, take a quick commercial break. We're right back in a few.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
All right, we're back here. Everybody made their pit stops. See, look like everybody took 4 tires. Now, under caution, that's normal. Under green flag, though, you're probably not going to see 4 tire stops.
It takes just as long to fill it up all the way from empty to full to take 4 tires, but
No, it don't.
yeah, it does.
Okay. I got to school Corey here again. It's 14.47 seconds to take a 4 tire to 15 seconds to take a 4 tire stop. It's around 12 seconds to take full fuel and 2 tires. In racing, on green flag, you would not want to give up another 2.5 seconds on this
Last
track.
time I raced,
if anybody out there wants to be on a team with Corey on a plate track, I pray for you. Because if you're taking 4 tires on a green flag stop, you're not winning. It ain't happening.
The last time I ran, anyways, it was just about as quick.
It never has been. The math don't add up.
The math? I don't know the math.
But I know the math. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We gotta remember, I'm from Ohio. We didn't have a good school system
Y'all got that
in
Common
Ohio.
Core stuff going on. I got you. I ain't got enough boxes out here for y'all to like do it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. We'll go that way. On plate tracks, let's read that. On plate tracks, Talladega, Daytona. Tires really aren't the thing. Like I said, about the only time you will see 4 tires is if there's a caution. You might as well then because, well, it's a caution. But under green flag stops, no, you're It's a death wish to take 4 tires. Because, again, you're talking about giving up almost second half to 2 seconds. And, well, they're running 50-second lap times. You give up 2 seconds. Do the math there. That's 2 laps down already. So let's say, and then you're not guaranteed to be on the back end, or could be out of the draft. And another thing you don't want to be, but green flag, and well, that's something you don't want to see right there. Brody Hannon, he don't want to get too far out there in front. They'll run him down like a freight train.
Yeah, it looks like the inside wasn't really organized, and they about killed the Caterpillar car already.
Good old Johnson right there. Burns the company. Looks like they got it figured out, though. Got the inside going, and then gonna drop back to the back. He says, you know what? Burns says, I'm gonna go back here to the back and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, Burns and Milliken there, they decided to bail out and probably ride around. Everybody has to do at least one stop, and really only one stop, unless they'd have to burn a couple green-white checkers in order for a second stop to have to occur.
It's been a solid race so far. Looking out front right there with Hannon. He won our stage here tonight. Brody did. Good job on his end there with Johnson. You got the high side man trucking along with it there with Milligan. He actually, or Meglin, he actually tried to get that top side lane, the third lane going. Almost had it, man, looking good. Another truck's going to drop back to the back here. So we might start seeing the guys who were up front earlier battling now say, you know what, I see what my truck will do. Let me just sit back here and ride a little bit.
Yeah, and, you know, one truck I'm going to be interested in watching all for the rest of the night is going to be that Wayne Grassy. Considering how he's locked in, he could do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Well,
if he wrecks, he wrecks. He's already locked into the next round of the playoffs.
Now remember, there is a C playoff, a C series playoffs too, or
I think that's what I'm looking. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
But then there's the overall championship. Now you got to look at that too. They're in the playoffs of that. There's the overall season, and then there's the C series champion. Kind of like super champion.
Yeah, they're running. So we got the C season. Bobby Terrell is the point leader in that. It's even here. He is here, and he's in fourth.
Oh yeah, he's got the ripper truck out there.
And then they have a regular season points, which is all 36 races. And Cody McKinney has that one by 80. And then they have playoffs.
By the way.
And the only one that's safe for the next round is Wayne Grassy. Everybody else, they're fighting for the top 8 in points.
And, you know, this is one of these tracks where, like I say, anybody could get that win, could get locked in. See, right now, you got 2 trucks, man, right there. Kind of nose to tail. Hannon, Meglin, Johnson, Terrell, company. Don't look at the regular season standings. Okay. Well, I mean, you say that, Gaming, but this is the last series of the regular season, so they should crown a regular one, shouldn't they?
Crown like 3 at the same time. I'd assume we're going to.
Only one that matters now is a playoff and the C, so don't look at the regular standing. I got what you're saying. So the playoffs and the C. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in the regular season, they're in the playoffs. The overall. I know it's kind of confusing out there, folks, but
there's like 3 different things.
Go to fullthrottlesimracing.net.
And then
what we're concentrating on right now. Right, we got you, Gaming. The regular season's over, but what I'm trying to distinguish between what we're running. We're running a C series right now. This is season number C. So, okay, folks, there's a points champion that will be done here at the end, at November the 6th, I believe, is when the last race is. There will be a champion for that, but there will be a playoff for the whole year series season champion, and we're in the playoffs of that right now. I hope that helped you out a little bit. Think of it as like real racing.
It's like real racing. You're right. Toyota's leading
Why you ain't out here
manufacturer, by the
gaming,
way.
running, by the way? Ain't you out here running? Toyota
They
right
did
now, well, you know, they got a lot of Yodas in this one. Like 1, 2, 3, 5,
I mean, I see at least
7, 8, 9,
2.
11 Yodas are in this race.
A little Yoda heavy.
Yeah, they got a lot of Yoda. I mean, so Yodas are the dominant manufacturer in here. Then the Fords and Chevy are kind of split. You got 1, 2, 5 Fords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chevy. So they're kind of 6 and 6. My bad. Between the Ford and Chevy, so they make up the next round on that one.
That makes sense on the point standings for the manufacturers because Chevy has 87 and Ford has 80.
Yeah.
Compared to the
go.
163 for Toyota, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah, they dominate. 3 wide up front. The 9 machine there. Johnson's going to get split in the middle, and he's got no help. He might be able to side draft and hang on just for a little bit, but it's dangerous territory for where he's at right now. Unless he can get back down on the inside. If Brody has a little bit. Here comes some help, though, in the 65 of Zimmerman. And he's got a few other ones. The DoorDash machine says, I got my order. I'm ready. We're going to come through the front. They're going to drop down the block it a little bit and take that high side away. Terrell does. Okay. So maybe Johnson got saved by the bail there a little bit.
Yeah, he got bailed out there by the help, and I mean, it was a dangerous situation to be stuck in the middle like that, because it would have been a whole field split if they didn't have the help come bail him out.
Absolutely. Haggling out front, though. Still, everybody's just trying to be as patient as they can. I mean, for these guys to be running like they've been running side by side, 3 wide, they've done an outstanding job so far. Although we're not at the end, and you know what happens at the end? Tensions start to rise a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're far from the end.
High side's coming.
Oh, yeah, we got them 3 wide. They got them stacked up 3 by 3.
25 up there. Who was that?
Colton
Gum.
Gum.
Yeah.
Well, Gum. Oh, no.
He's bringing that thing to the front. Gum is. He's stuck like some gum right now.
And he's bringing Tony Solaire.
Yeah, Solaire, man, right there. Those 2 guys are doing good without any help.
Well, I'll put it this way.
For the lead.
Well, put it this way. Solaire came into this race in the last position of the round of 12, so he could use a win or good points tonight. Yeah.
Got nothing
So
to
could
lose,
Lewis.
basically. Maybe just nothing to lose here. He's right now going for it. He's trying to push old Gum to the front.
Actually, we got about 3 of them. About 3 of them up here in the front.
They're gonna need a little bit of help, though, I think, up in that top lane.
Yeah, they're going to need more than 2 of them running up there, but they're holding their own, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
They got a third. What is that? We got a red truck. It's another Yoda.
DoorDash says, I'm coming.
The true DoorDash.
Yeah, the DoorDash machine says, hey, look, I got deliveries to make. Let's get going.
We got the
3 trucks up there.
You got the Pepto Joe on the inside, too.
Yeah, Pepto's down there says, hang on, Brody. We're going to see what we got. 3 by 3 for the lead up top here. And it looks exciting, but I know it's got to be nerve-wracking as drivers. Now the thing is, does Gum, if he gets a chance, does he go from the very top all the way to the bottom? Or does he stick with his dancing partners? That middle lane, though, looks like it broke up a little bit. That might hurt them.
Yeah, middle lane kind of disintegrated a little bit. They need to get reformed back up. Look at the top. It's working out.
Oh, yeah.
Stay true to your partner, though.
Right. 4 trucks high, 3 in the middle. Then you got a slew of them, man, down on the bottom side. Trucking around Talladega here tonight. Full Throttle Motorsports here for the Sim Points Truck Series. This is what plate racing's all about. It's thrills and spills here. Somebody's going to need some Pepto Joe for this one's over with.
Well, he's
That's what I'm
winning
thinking
side
right there.
draft.
Now, Corey, I'm gonna tell you what. We watching this right now, and it looks like they've got so much distance between them. But when you're inside that truck like this, they look like you're so close to each other. And I guess what I'm getting at there is, unlike real racing where you're peripheral of seeing everything, the peripheral here, like right there, you see Joe. He looks like he is so close to that 7 machine. But look right here. He's got almost a half a truck length in between them. But when we were on board, it looked like he was just right there beside of him. That has always fooled me a little bit on iRacing, the plate racing or any style, is how close to get.
I mean, it's even worse, honestly, on sim racing than it's bad in real life, but sim racing it can be limited to your hardware too. If you only have one screen, then you're really limited on what you can see out your side. If you have triples or VR, you can do a little bit better at side drafting, but if you're on a single screen, that can limit to what you can do for a side draft. And at that rate, you're also playing a risky game with the net code, and you could always end up net coding into the guy next to you.
You know, there's nothing you can do about that. That's pretty much connection stuff right there. Got to give a shout out to old Brody out there. He checked to make sure I was all right here when we talked about the hurricanes. Up, but boy, they getting dicey. Man, that 7 machine went high, and this is what you don't want to do: bump draft in the turn, because easily he could get hooked. You talked about it earlier, them wiggling around. That's Gracie though, man. Remember you just said he didn't have nothing to lose? But look at him. He's up here going, "Forget you, Corey. I heard what you said. I'm coming up here winning this thing."
Well, I said he don't have anything to lose, so he's gonna go for a win tonight.
Yes, he is. He's looking strong right now. Gracie trying to pull that machine. He's going to throw some oil out there on the back side of his truck, and hopefully it spin out everybody, and he'll win by default. What happened in a race if like everybody wrecked?
I don't. I want to see that occur one night.
I have never, I always say on the last lap it doesn't matter, the race is over here. But I've never had the whole field just destroy themselves.
I want to know what occurs if nobody can make it to the line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What would happen? First one that makes it to the line? Or
do we get the last lap scored in that case?
Yeah, last lap scored, yeah.
No, we did dirt style.
Third, 3 wide here again. Beglin seeing if he can't hang on to that lead. Got that 65 with Zimmerman up top there. Gracie sitting in the middle. They're definitely making this thing look interesting here tonight, 3 wide, and they are making it look clean too.
Yeah, and we're still a good ways away from the end. We still have a pit stop at some point in between now and the end, which we're in the window. It's a long window, but we are in the window where we could pit anytime between now and end of the race and make it. I'd say at least get past lap 45 before thinking about any kind of strategy for pit cycle. You want to leave yourself some room for a green-white chicken. Past 45 would be ideal. Anything beyond that is even better.
Got Zimmerman right here riding with him. Just hanging on. The high side coming back up again. Well, Gracie got the lead though. Started running in the back.
Yeah, he did. He started this race in 18th, so there's a couple of them that started towards the back end of the field up front. You know, Solaire there, he started 17th, Terrell 15th, Richie Coy and that red truck, the Victory Fuel truck, with 3 wide at the moment. He started back at 13th.
Yeah. They're hammered down. Coy right now. He's in the mix up here with Gracie. He's got that middle lane. Still got Zimmerman right there hooked up in the middle lane along with him. Lara. Eglin. Kind of see which guys want to be up front. Which are the ones that are like kind of sitting in the back.
I'm thinking like team racing right here, and the only team I see that could theoretically hook up would be Coy, Solaire, and Hannah. And right now they kind of separated. They were closer than what they were about half a lap ago. And
Absolutely.
Meglin, he don't have any teammate up here to help out. He needs a Milliken or a Milliken or a Ryan Chapman to come help.
Does. Still 2x2. We've seen a lot of 3-wide racing here tonight. These guys are putting on a show here at Full Throttle Motorsports. Like the shares out there, I know the league appreciate it. Been a good race here. I wasn't expecting the 3-wide like they've been doing here tonight, Corey.
Kinda was. I knew they wouldn't do it the first 20 too much.
Kinda was.
It's Talladega.
It don't matter.
Joe didn't have confidence in the drivers here.
When it comes to 3-wide, I ain't got confidence in a lot of things. Just never know. I mean, that's just 3-wide is just painstakingly nerve-wracking. But you know what? This is the thing I talk about too. You look where Gracie's at right now. If we're coming to the final laps, Gracie would have nowhere to go. You can't drop down below the yellow line. He couldn't go high because he's got trucks there. As opposed to right now where Zimmerman is, Zimmerman could jump up there to the high side. So he has an option for that third lane. So yeah, that could play a factor. Now, like where Gracie is now, coming around, he gets away. He has options, but sometimes you don't have options being down on that low line.
No, I mean, but sometimes, with that situation,
Tell the guy in front, hang on, you're about to push him.
Well, I mean, sometimes there's a wreck that occurs behind you, so
yeah,
that's where your clearing occurs.
And when you talk about wrecks too, if Gracie, then he's got to say, okay, do I got enough then to get around, let's say Cole coming to the line, if that was to transpire, because if he loses, let's say Meglin or somebody, and then even if he does step out of line, does Meglin go with him? There's all kinds of questions there. That's the only part of strategy, and I'll take the skill part here at these tracks is where to go, where to put your truck. Because other than that, you just hang it on and got this thing hammered down. Pray don't get caught up in a wreck. Even real racers say it's a crap shoot out here. Some real racers like it. There's actually some that just like, can we get this one over with?
Martin Truex Jr. comes to mind. I'm telling you, Martin Truex Jr., he's about over it. I thought he was going to retire once he got eliminated.
Well, he's retiring this year.
He is retiring at the end of the year, but I figured he was
ain't
gone.
Parker Klingerman thinking over that car?
No, Parker's going to retire from Xfinity.
But yeah, he's coming to,
No. Because we did got a round of pit stops here on lap 46, led by Colton Gum.
Come out in the chat, look that up for me. I'm sure Klingerman.
No, Klingerman is retiring from racing. It's Chase Briscoe is going to take over Truex's car.
That's right. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Chase Briscoe. I've actually talked to both of those guys here on iRacing, so I've been able to be in the booth with both of them. Kind of cool.
Cool story.
Yeah. Well, back when Chase ran in the truck series for Roush back then, so. And Parker, he was, what he was doing a race or something.
Well, Parker did that segment on NBC.
Huh? Zimmerman and company up front here. Johnson's along with him. Coy. Valera. Woo! Getting a little bit dicey there. Tracy, or actually, it was the 9 machine there. Excuse me, Johnson. Thought he had an opening for a second. He had to pop back up there. Like you said, green flag stops underway. Who took stops? The Ronco.
And we had about 6. Yeah, we had 6 of them go in.
Oh, we did.
Actually, and Colton, we lost Colton Gum at some point in between the pit cycle. He disconnected.
He was up there earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just disconnected. So.
Oh man, beat that on his end. 3 wide again up front. They just won't get away from that 3 wide, will they?
No, they won't. And I mean, you know, we're really closing in on 30 laps since the stage ended.
Well, I mean, we can go 25 laps. They get the lap 50, so I think they can make it all the way from there.
We can make it to 50. 52 would be about minimal for fuel. We might stretch it to 55. A couple of them might be able to stretch it up to 55.
Huh?
But I mean, you see everybody, they're kind of
back a little bit.
Yeah, it depends on where you've been running at. If you've been leading a pack, you're on the lower end of 50. If you're been in the back of the field, you're on the upper end of 50. Somewhere in between now and
3
55.
up front. You know, they're going to have to settle this out if they want to do a pit stop. As you got Solera, Johnson. Those guys just won't give up on that 3 wide.
No, they will not, and they got to sort it out. Looks like they're trying to figure something out. Solera has a hole, and he grabs the hole. And we just got to sort out 2 more to either figure out a hole or they're going to have to do it 2 wide on pit cycle.
19, I thought the 19 was going to give them a little room, but either that, they're going to punch it and get to the front.
Somehow, 2 trucks on the high side, they're able to punch it through.
Well, they could come in with those.
There you go.
They could come in with them. They have to stay out.
Yeah.
4 trucks staying out, but the rest of the field coming on board here.
12 of the 16 in the front pack all bailing for pit road.
That's what I was talking about earlier with the green flag stops. Going to split the field up. Pit box.
So Slayer should have one of the better pit stop here.
Right.
He does come second out of the group. Final 4 ought to come in some point between now and at least 55. They're going to stay out another lap, it looks like. Johnson, Zimmerman, Mees, and Joey McKinney. So they're going to at least push it to tick over to 53. They may go longer.
2 tires for everybody. I'm going to see how this thing spreads out here just a little bit for us. Got Johnson, Zimmerman, Bessie, and McKinney yet to pit. They're going to be the ones stretching this thing. Well, about 24 to go. Here's about Duranco and them back there. They put it at lap 46. Here they come in.
They're going to be fine. You can go 32 to 36 laps on a fuel tank.
Oh, well then, yeah, we're okay then.
If we get in overtime, I would be a hair concerned on the Ronco and company that did 46, but if there's no overtime, they're perfectly fine. They could maybe get 1 overtime worth. 2 would be a stretch. But they're safe. As Richie
This
Coy...
top 4 here need to come out and hook up to the pack. Gonna be
the
Richie
Coy
Coy
group.
Boy, Valera, they're single file. But now, I mean, I say that, but then you've got Chapman and company back here in a huge group. That's the second pack. We talked about, you know, earlier how a green flag stops, split the field up, and that's kind of what you're seeing. But the second pack needs to kind of get single file if they want to run down them boys up front, because they're all like in a freight train hooked up to the line.
I really like this first group here. They kind of have it planned out there. 6 of them. That's a good,
but you know
solid
what I don't
number.
Understand, Corey. Deal. And I talk about this a lot on plate track racing, iRacing in general. Because in real racing, drafting, and it should still hold true to this day, it was really big back in the 2 cars hooked up, nose to tail, in a line, and any more are going to be, let's say 4 cars in a line, are going to be faster than 2 cars hooked up. But on iRacing, for some reason, this pack back here that is side by side is running faster than the front group up front that is running in a single file. I think iRacing, the draft package is not quite there. I've seen this over the years, years. They have the side drafting down pat. They have the dirty air, I think, that does really well. But for some reason, this pack here that we're watching, the second pack, staying side by side like they are, should never be able to run down this pack up front. Bottom line, it just shouldn't happen. But I've seen it happen more than once. I mean, watching lap times, and right now they are kind of even, but yet like Duranco ran a 53 to 57, 56 up front, and they're door to door. So I've not understood it. I've not really got a definitive answer from like any drivers out there on why. I think it just has something to do with how iRacing has the draft package, but it is something that I noticed, from over the years of watching. And the side drafting is great here. Got that down pat, but I think how the pack style works. I don't know.
I don't know. Brandon Zimmerman had problems on the pit cycle, and he's gone a lap down.
I see that. And he's only he had to go back into pit road. Must have got a penalty.
No, he had to stop.
53.
No, he pitted with Johnson and company, but then he came back a second time.
Right. Maybe he had a penalty.
Well, I rolled it back and he stopped. So
well, on his now, if he's the one I saw earlier, I did see on a stop, and somebody had to jump forward in their pits. Maybe messed up the pit cycle of himself or something like that.
Didn't take tires on.
Keep an eye on.
Hold on.
16-second stop.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he did have to jump forward a little bit because he undershot his pit box on his first cycle. So he might have had to come in and actually take a stop there.
Oh. Well, caution, he should be able to get back here on the lead lap. We're talking about it again. You got this pack up front. It's top 6 machines right now. Coy, Solera, Wilford. Hannon, Evans, and Pepto Joe Flanagan right there. And then behind them, Duranco, this pack, which, now that last lap made sense. That front pack, about 2.5 tenths faster. See, now that, to me, is how it should be. But how it was there for a while was this pack was faster. So, yeah, that's how it should be. These guys up here that are running in a line, not moving, just staying in line, could definitely be a lot quicker than this. Now, this is exciting for us to watch back here. Not much going on in the front. But that's how it should be. Now these guys are running 50-65s to 50-27. So, somehow the pace is picked up. Again, plate racing.
There's science is involved.
Yeah, science. There you go. That's a good one there.
Your science.
Is it the correct science or is it the science that they want?
No idea. Hopefully these 6 cars,
Believe the science, folks. Believe the science.
Hold on, we're gonna have to see what kind of gap closes up here, but I think we're gonna have a eyeball check here tonight. Group 1 to Group 2. It's in the ball game of those 2 groups. I mean, we got 15. We're gonna have 15-ish laps to go here. 15 laps at the line.
Huh.
We're gonna have an eyeball check. What's it gonna be?
You know, the biggest race now. Let's talk about the 2 packs here real quick here, Corey.
Yeah.
You've got these guys up here running single file. You got Corey here along with him. You got Solera. I'm gonna say Solera's probably sitting in the in a position where it's like, I don't know, unless he has teammates on him. Because if he jumps out, does Wilford come with him? Does the 23 there, Hannah, come with him? If not, he could end up from second and just shoot all the way back, you know, just like that. So he's in that kind of position where maybe I need to wait till I start seeing guys on the outside form before I make that move. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it, that front pack. As far as the second one goes, well, it's anybody's ball game here.
All right, well, Solaire, he's in a good seat right here because teammate Richie Coy, and he's teammates with Brody Hanna. So they got 3 of the 6 out of the front pack.
So then let's go back to Hannah then. So Coy and Solera could be okay. Hannah might be the one going, well, if I jump out, then the 2 guys behind me might not come with me, and I'll end up being in far back. Somehow he's going to want to get there. So maybe how Coy and Solera might could jump up high, maybe try to grab. Wilford don't come with him. I'll have to see as it plays out here a little bit. Exciting parts, these guys way back here in the back. Now they finally got flagged in a single file because I think they realize now we keep biting back here. We're not catching anything.
Yeah, they had dropped to 4.5. They're still 4.8 back from the front pack, so they got a little bit of time to try to gain on the front 6. And yeah, I mean, like, with Solaire, he almost kind of wants to win this race to lock himself in. Richie Coy, he came in with a good point cushion over the cutoff line. I realize it's not quite Formula 1 up in here, but do you play a little bit of team game and at least get 2 of your drivers up into the next round of playoff?
If on a plate track, let me say it this way: on a plate track, any other track, I'm gonna say no. All right off the bat, because it's performance based to me. On plate tracks where anybody can win or anything can happen. If Rick, to me, do you go for the win yourself, or do you get your teammate in? As an owner, you can't just tell your drivers, move out of the way. I guess you could tell them to move out of the way and let the guy win, but that's not how to bring morale in a team.
Well, Brody's the owner of the team.
But you could let them know the situation. And that if the situation plays out, that Code gets in a shuffled and high, then protect that high line so that Wilford can't get up there, and then let Solera hold the inside, and y'all 2 hold the out and inside lane. That makes sense, the low and high. If that happens, I could see it playing like that. I mean, have we ever seen team orders happen? Absolutely. But as a team owner, as a team owner, you really don't want to do that. I don't think. But yet you want to say, okay, look, if Solera, you know the situation. Okay, Coy, Solera needs a win to get in. You're already pretty much locked in.
Or you're good on points.
Yeah,
situation.
you're good on points to where you'd be fine. If the opportunity presents itself for you to get up there and block that high side, if Wilford does make a move, which Wilford's got to worry about Hannon back there. So he's got to look at like Evans and Flanagan. If they start to try to form the outside and come around Brody, does Wilford come? Then that means Solera or Coe, one of those need to block that top lane and kill that momentum. And they need to control the pack as a team. And then pretty much whoever gets to the line first, hopefully, wins it at that point. That's how I see team orders working. Other than that, if Wilford never gets any help and it stays like it is right now,
don't leave the door open.
Right? Yeah, don't leave it. But if it stays like it is right now, then basically those two trucks out front stay nose to tail and locked up like glue.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, Chapel, Chapman. Well, Ryan Chapman, unfortunately, he's in his second pack back here, way far off. He's, can we still see a big one? We could.
Yeah, have to occur with the second pack, though. I don't see these front six kind of wrecking, but second pack, they could look like they could wreck about any given cat hair.
Well, they're back here battling really hard. I mean, and then again, as anything goes back here in the second pack, you got Knopf back here with them, Flanagan's in the top front, but you got Blackner there with them, Meglin, Bartel. They're going to need a caution to catch those guys up front. Then it's a whole different race than what we were just talking about before. I mean, if it fans out to the way it is right now, some of the things I talked about up front are going to be true to form. It's all going to depend on where Wilford and them goes. I think well, there we go.
Oh, we got two of them.
Well, who was that?
Blackner just needs to stay on the apron there.
Yep, he actually got it going around, but wow. He almost flipped that truck. It did flip. Oh, he went back down. And he got it back on wheels and still kept going.
Oh, no.
You know what that means? Ford tough.
Oh, come on. You'd only like it if it was a Dodge.
That right there. That's a commercial for Ford. Go Ford tough.
Well, I could have.
Well, we could flip on race day and still keep going.
Well, I could have easily changed our front six plans on everything, but not quite.
No, yeah, a caution would have definitely changed these top guys here. And we got 8 laps to go. These guys up here, it's strategy for the top guys here, the top 6. It's more or less back here in the back of, well, who do I go with in this second? Chapman, he's your work homie. Okay, all right.
I mean, I like our odds at the front. It's 3 teammates versus 3 independents, and I like our odds of 3 teammates.
Okay. Right now, watching the second pack here, though, a lot of action's about to heat up. You see the 42 machine right there. Oh, 20 got out of way down the apron. Oh, boy.
Well, we don't want to see him wreck. I mean, do we?
The flag. I mean, so far these guys have done. I mean, for them to do 3 wide like they've done, and this place still be. There's no caution. They've done an outstanding job here tonight. Full throttle.
I mean, do we want to
leave the 43 man sitting duck? I thought there for a second, but they are getting racy here in this second pack, trying to figure out what they want to do here. That's actually Meglin right now trying to fight off everything he can to stay in that pack in the 7th place machine. You got Melican right there with him. Remember, these guys were up front early on.
Yeah, their only hope right now, they've been losing time every lap. The only chance of a caution is if one of the front 6 causes a caution, or someone at the back here in the second group causes a caution. That's their only hope.
Look real quick, see if anybody's going to make a move up front here. As you see, Coy still there. I think Wilford is the odd man out here. He's stuck between two teammates. He's got to look and see what Evans and Flanagan's going to do. If they form to the outside and can get on the side of Hannah, then I think Wilford might have a shot here. But then that's what I was talking about earlier. That's where Richie Coe and Solera then have to go, okay, one of us has to go to the top. Who's he going to be?
Well, I think we're forming up an alliance here real quick in a moment.
Well, now, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right here. I mean, what's that? Was that Brody?
That was Evans.
Yeah, and see, Flanagan, see, I don't know why Flanagan wouldn't have went with him.
He was initially and then backed out of the idea and went back to the bottom.
Yeah, those two guys are going to have to do something. Those are the two who are going to have to work together to get up to the front.
They're the only hope for Wilford here. Wilford, he's gonna need help because Brody ain't going with Wilford.
Oh,
Wilford needs Flanagan and Evans to help him out.
Now, on the flip side of that, I say that if they see the top side forming, that one of the front guys need to jump up there and control it. That, to me, would be the optimal thing to do. But they could also take Coy, Solera, and Hannon, and all three try to control the bottom, which, again, to me, that's more of a game. I would rather, if I had three teammates like that, I'd rather control the top and bottom.
It's in the hands of Brody to block off Flanagan and Evans.
Yeah, if he can. If they get beside him, might give Wilford hope here. Right now, why Flanagan's just not wanting to go to that top side.
And Flanagan kind of needs to win this race to help lock in situation.
Flanagan, you listening, man? Get a whole bottle of Pepto and get up there and go, man. Go.
Yeah, man, I got a couple
man, look, 3 wide back here in this second pack.
Oh, boy, are we getting dicey back here?
Yeah, we are. 43 machine right there. Magdalene's getting stuck in the middle. Here comes to the high side, Melican and company right there along with Bobby Terrell.
Yeah, we put Megalin there through the middle, so he's falling back to the back of the second pack. And Melican, he's moved his way with Ryan Chapman to the front of second pack
make it to the white flag.
We got 2 to go, so, I mean, if we're going to wreck, we're going to have to wreck in this lap. Within this lap, we got to wreck. If we want to see a caution.
They went single file in that second pack. You see them in the back a little bit side by side. Let's look and see what they're doing up front here. Because I feel like if Flanagan and Evans have got anything, they need to go. And I just don't understand why Flanagan's just not wanting to go.
Yeah, their game plan needs to open up.
With those guys in their chat, is he? Never mind. Flanagan is down there with Hannon and something. So that tells me what I need to know. Wilford right now is stuck. There's nothing he can do. You've got 4 guys up there that are teammates.
You have 4 of them in Lions.
Wilford needs to stay right where he's at and be done with it because he can't jump out. He can't. But white flag one more time, Corey. It don't matter at this point. They can all wreck. Let's see what they're doing in the back.
I want to see him sacrifice. I don't know. What does Solera do? Solera needs to get a win. Oh, we got the separation of teammates.
Yep, here we go. Solera comes to the high side. Coy's right on the low side. He's got help. But, man, does Solera pull this thing? Oh, they wrecked each other in the back. Are you kidding me? Wow, Evans got a hold of Coy, but still, Hannah has got Solera there coming to the line. Does Hannah push him?
Out.
Does he push him or does he jump out? I think from this point, it looks like he's going to push him to the win. Yes, he is. Brody's going to come in. Pepto Joe there in third. Who we got in this backpack coming to the line, though? Who's got this one? Chapman's out front in it. They're almost 4 wide coming to the line. They're spinning on the apron. That's not going to count. What a finish to that one.
I knew something was going to come with that front pack. Oh, they planned that perfectly. I don't think you could have planned that any better.
What a race, what a finish, what a good one.
They probably wanted to get Richie in the top 3, but they got what they needed to get done with
Yeah, they did.
Slayer winning it.
It was a 1-2-3 team, too.
Well, an alliance. Flanagan's
team, you never know.
Has Flanagan on a different team.
Well, let's bring old Flanagan up here and let's get a word with him.
Hi, Joe. You got a copy on me.
10-4, good buddy.
Well, man, you know, you were kind of down there in an alliance of some sort with the 3 teammates running in the front 6. What was the ultimate idea and goal for this end?
It's all about playoff points. I hated J.C. Evans being in the middle of that because, normally I would have went with him, but like you said, I was kind of in an alliance with the Fury guys there and doing all we could, get Tony up front, get him the win so he could advance, get me some points. And that pit strategy worked out great, got us to the front, and we were able to hold it. Everybody stayed in line, and we did a good job holding that lead.
Absolutely, and like I say, it's a good point tonight for trying to transfer up into the next round. You got anybody like thank you?
Just want to thank the Fury guys for letting me just tag along with them, and you guys for the broadcast and Victory Fuel and Sim Racing Points and all of the sponsors we got. And I'm not a plate track racer, I hate them, but tonight was fun and I appreciate it.
Absolutely, there you have it, folks. Your third place, Joe Flanagan.
Absolutely. Call Pepto out there looking strong here tonight. Well, let's bring old Hannah up here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Brody, you got a copy on me.
Got a copy, guys.
Well, I don't think you could have planned that any better. Maybe a little bit more on the team top 3, but I think it worked for you, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, Richie got some contact there at the end. And but yeah, it was lining pretty good for the team. We kind of were trying to, the last 10 laps, we were sitting there trying to plan that out. Okay, what do we need to do? Who needs to go? What are we going to do? So yeah, it pretty much went almost exactly according to plan. We work hard on these things, so it was good to get a good run. Good to be back on track, and good win for Tony. Awesome win.
Now, was the goal for Tony to always get the win?
Tony was of the people that were up there, he's the one that was kind of in a precarious situation with the playoffs. So he's the one that kind of needed to win. Him and Joe both. We were working with Joe too, but Tony was kind of in position. Honestly, if he'd have pulled out, somebody would have went with him anyway. Richie was kind of a sitting duck out there up front, and so we kind of were planning on something like that, and yeah, we just kind of played it out that way, and that's the way it worked out.
Absolutely. Well, good plan and good run. You got anybody like to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody out there tonight. It was a fun race. It was a good race with everybody. Had a lot of fun. Got to thank Sim Racing Points for sponsoring the series. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Victory Fuel, Phoenix PC, one of our new sponsors. Come on, Gum Auto Center. Everybody helps put this on week after week. And got to say hi to Tony's mom and dad. Hopefully they were watching and they saw their boy grab a win there. I was happy to help, and we'll go get them next week.
Yeah, folks, second place, Birdie Hannah.
Absolutely, man. And the team coming in here, Tony Solera, though. Tony, join the booth. You got a copy?
I do. What's up, gentlemen?
Man, I tell you what. Well, you were sitting there, and we were trying to figure out what was going to have to happen up front to see if you could get the win. What was going through your mind on those last laps?
Well, we had the team up in front. Fury we have a way with these plate tracks, and the plate track guys were with us again. It's my dad's birthday today. He's 75. All of our Fury numbers equal 75, so it's kind of meant to be. And it was a great night by the team. Usually when we get victories at these types of track is a team effort, and we kind of planned it like that. And the guys knew I needed some points as well, and so we took advantage of it while we could. But yeah, so it was pretty fun. Good effort for the team. I always got to thank the team for this one.
And then definitely a team effort. Give a shout out there, man. Like I say, happy birthday to Dad. Love the family members watching, man. And he got to see a thriller here at the end. We talked about it a little bit, though, y'all were split up a little bit there with Wilford and all, and you had Hannah and company back there. I mean, even with the team, at some point, was it maybe a case of, hey, am I going to be able to get, to that front, or was that just like, hey, I had the confidence all the way with the team?
Well, it was really after that second pit stop, so once we got to that pit stop, we kind of know what hand we had, and we got out. We all had a clean pit stop. We all got in and out quickly. We were able to kind of hold that lead, and then it was just a matter of just kind of maintaining the lead, and then just pushing Richie every second, every back straight, and just to kind of keep that lead. Sherwood's a great plate driver too. I've been racing with him for decades. And, we knew he kind of had our back, so to speak. And, he stayed in line, and, he knew it had to be done. And then we drove away from, some of the other guys that pitted early. And, it just, at that point, you just got to maintain and keep that lane moving,
Absolutely. Y'all did what you needed to do. Got yourself, man, locked in. Actually put it in the victory lane, too, here tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Well, obviously, Mom and Dad. Happy birthday, Dad. 75. Got it for you on your day. And, thanks again to the team. Thanks to you guys broadcasting. But Richie, Michael, Brody, we got Pepto Joe in the booth as well, hanging out with us. So, congratulations and good job to a lot of those guys as well. And, that's about it. Shop at Menards. I do like Menards.
Hey, no doubt. That's Tony Solera, man, right there doing what he had to do tonight. Got the win. Boy, what a thriller it was.
Yeah, that was a good thriller, and the only caution was for the intended stage one, so.
Absolutely. Folks, I hope you enjoyed that one. For myself and everyone, have a good night.